Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. I'm in a dilemma. I am in a box. I am in a, how can I say this, peculiar position, and it's only my fault. It is only my fault, but me being who I am, it's like I'm pulling the rope from two different ends. I am pulling the rope from one side and I am pulling the rope from the other side. In other words, I am torn. I am being ripped apart. You pick, you choose. I'm still the storyteller. I am still the storyteller. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. That's all I ever asked for. It was an opportunity and a chance, however long it may be. However long it may be. You might be out now. That's cool. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, this feels and seems like it's every single day. But it's not every single day. It just feels that way. Why? Because we got this special, unique bond that we share. Sharing is caring for some things. Sharing is caring. But one time frame, whether it be a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade, a century, however long it takes, we're going to come up with whatever it is to call this. And retroactively, we gonna say, this is what it is. This is what it was. And this is what it always will be. Forever and ever, forever, ever, ever, ever. And we don't necessarily need to call it something. It's just that when we do come up with what to call it, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, so I am definitely a person who likes to complete. I'm definitely a person who likes to finish what I started. It's hard for me to just give up on something. It's hard for me to just turn away and knowing that I have let something lay, let something go, or something's out there that hasn't been finished, hasn't been complete. I need to complete it. Sometimes it's by any means necessary, by all means necessary. And other times it's just that I can't keep putting myself through. I can't keep putting myself through the trauma. I can't keep putting myself through the stress. I can't keep putting myself through all of the negative, bad emotions and feelings that I get when I am watching or consuming something that has nothing for me to gain out of it, but losing time. And time is something that you just can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And I value my time more so than others. I value my time more so than others, but that's okay. That's fine. You do you. And I'm going to do me when it comes to this. And that's why it is like being pulled from two different directions at the same time. I value my time, and sometimes I just need to eject. Sometimes I just need to go, but I'm always wanting or trying to finish, and I need to finish. So me needing and wanting to finish while I'm valuing time at the same time, that is a dilemma that I have yet to solve. That is the riddle that I have yet to understand. And it's keeping me up at night. It's keeping me up at night. I'm in energy conserving mode. I am trying to push other things aside while I focus on this. While I focus on trying to get to an end game where it is plausible and possible for me to win both, for me to be on top with both. Cause watching or consuming a bad movie, TV show, or some kind of event, if it's nothing to grasp on, if there's nothing that I can utilize to power through and get myself through, why bother? And if I'm going through that to get through, just for completion, just for the happy ending, why is it so difficult? And is it really truly worth it? I'm never going to get that time back. But also it's like this deep in my being that I need to finish, that I need to complete. And it's not necessarily making me feel any better, but it's definitely building character. I feel that it's shaping my character. It's shaping who I am. It's shaping my personality to a certain where I just don't give up. I can tough it through. I can get through. I can be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So if I can't bother to get through something for a few minutes or a few hours, when the road really gets tough, when things get going and everything is more difficult, how can I assume that I'll be able to deal with that? How can I assume that I'll be able to handle a real world, real life situation if I can't even get over, if I can't even trick myself, if I can't even gamify the system to actually get through something as trivial as a bad production? And that's the part that bothers me. And that's the part that keeps me up at night. And that's the part that gets me wondering how and why and when and where is the solution is going to come from. The solution or solutions for that issue at hand. If I can't deal with something as simple and trivial as getting through something terrible and bad, how can I do it in the real world and real life when I'm not just simply able to eject? I'm not just simply able to say, I'm going to go away. I'm not just simply able to say, I can turn it off. But can you really turn off real life? Can you really run and go away from tough, difficult situations? And I know somewhere you're shaking your head with your fist in the air. You're turning a mole into a mountain. You are comparing the uncomparable. You are making something comparable that is not comparable. And I'd push back and I'd say, okay, no judge zone. And also, just because it's not all the way comparable, and just because it's not a direct crossover, it doesn't mean that it's less important, or it doesn't mean as it has or haven't or doesn't or does have the same value. Because you can utilize something that's semi-relatable or related, as long as it's not way out there. And even if it's way out there, and as long as if it's helping you to necessarily get to a better spot and a better place and grow as a human being, and it's not hurting or making it difficult or stepping on others to get to a certain position or top, then how is it not comparable? And how is it not something that you can use for practice, that you can use to get stronger, that you can use to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that is the generality of the matter of the situation. It's being comfortable in uncomfortable situations and trying to power through and get through something that just ain't good. That's all the way bad. That is me in an uncomfortable position. And I'm trying to at least get comfortable with dealing with stuff like that, especially when it comes to real world things and real world solutions. So I can pick up tidbits. I can pick up information. I can utilize data, personal data I can link back to, or that I can look at as a whole, or specifically, how was I able? What did I use? Can I? And then it's a trial and error. And when the trial and error goes through and it's tried and true and tested, I can go back to that, recall that situation. And when I am in an uncomfortable place, I can utilize what I learned from being in a similar or somewhat similar position to get through, to power through. And that's why I do that. And that's my system. So you can just go ahead and put that fist down. You can just go ahead and sit down and just continue to listen. Or you can go back to the beginning with this new knowledge that you have and re-listen. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you right here. And I'll tell you when to go. I'll tell you when to go, like E4O. You can go right now. You can. And that's the dilemma. That is the dilemma for me. Because I understand. I value time. Yeah, I do. But I need to practice and get into practice in these bad situations. And sometimes I can grasp on something. Sometimes it's there that I can power through. Sometimes it's fun bad. But other times I just gotta hold the L. And it's okay holding the L. It is okay doing it every now and again, because you can utilize that fuel. You can utilize that fire that you get from the fuel that fuels the fire, I should say, and burn hotter when it comes to another situation. Remember last time you held the L? This time you gotta find a way. You gotta make it through. You gotta grasp and hold on to something, whether or not it's plausible, whether or not you have the answer. You gotta search, because one day you're going to use that. One day, you're going to have that data. One day, you're going to have the information you need to help you get through a simplistic situation that calls for just a little bit of time and more effort to power through. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out the website at xtra.vdgsports.com. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, basically all things Vince. I am trying to catch up. Yes, I am. Who knows? I may or may not actually get all of the stuff that I want to get out. Then I can start releasing the new stuff. But yeah, it's on the way. Just keep in tune. And I can keep giving regular updates there, like where you can find me on my new socials. I think I should drop that, and I think I will drop that. So, yeah, VinceDouglasGregory.com. Oh, and there's a YouTube too. Yeah, it is. There is a YouTube. VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share. Basically do whatever it is you do there. Like, subscribe, share. Basically do whatever it is you do there. Comment if you must. Comment if you must. Comment if you must. Or may. Yeah, do that. Noobs. This is where I say, Regs, I'm out.